Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little dog Ellie. And I was playing games with her to try to get her to be a little more alert, because she isn't always totally alert. When we come, she usually wants to take a nap, and so I'm trying to get her to wake up. Oh, she's gonna get mad at me for bugging her, I think. Yeah. So we are having a fun afternoon, not much going on, just a peaceful afternoon. We're going to make a card together and look at some sneak peeks. And Ellie has her little, today she has a yellow bow on. I have been really kind of into yellow lately. I've made a few yellow cards and I've really enjoyed bright yellow. So I gave her a bright yellow bow, and she had a bath this morning. So her hair is, let me see, it's a little bit French looking. It's hanging over to the side. So she's on. Hey, Sue. And Sue, I'm glad you're on. Brian, hey. I wanted to share some happy mail that I've got this week. Uh-oh, you okay? From Sue Moore, my friend and downline Sue Moore sent me this adorable card using the Pampered Pets stamp set and the Playful Pets Designer Series paper. And this is so cute. Sue and I have known each other for quite a few years, and this is just the happiest mail I could have gotten, and I wanted to share that with you today. She is an absolutely fabulous card maker, and she and I have a lot of fun together. So thank you so much, Sue. I love the card, and so does Ellie. She loves it too. Yeah. So I wanted to talk today about a little bit about my product shares. I'm going to have some product shares from the new mini catalog, and those are going to go live on Monday. And they'll be on my website, and I'll be sending out a newsletter for paper shares and ribbon shares. So be watching for that. Hey Lori, how are you today? You knew Ellie would like it, didn't you, Sue? Yes, I know. She's the cutest, and that dog on that paper really looks so much like her. It totally does. So I also wanted to talk about my product shares. If you want to have a sample of all the papers from the new mini catalog, all the new ones. There are a couple that are holding over from last year, but I'm going to do a product share with all the new papers and all the new ribbons. And so watch my blog, and subscribe to my newsletter if you aren't already, and you'll get all the news about that. Hey Tammy. And then I wanted to tell you also, I have a class to go that I've held over from, it was supposed to close off this Friday, the pre-order, but I'm holding it over till Monday. And it's Nothing's Better Than. We're going to use the Nothing's Better Than stamp set and actually the bundle that I just love, talking about coffee and cookies and cocktails and chocolate. Oh my gosh, my favorite chocolate. And we are going to make, you're going to make 8 cards, 4 different designs that I've created for you, and 2 cards of each design. And you'll also get, in addition to the stamp set, a pack of paper, and I'm really loving the Playing with Patterns paper. Some of you who are demonstrators, are you liking this too? It's really surprised me very much. It's really great pack of 6x6 designer series paper. So that's my class to go. I'm holding it over till Monday. If you're interested, email me at Peggy@PrettyPaperCards.com, and I'll get you all signed up for that. You're gonna love it. So also, we have had a lot of people sharing this week, sharing the Facebook Live, and I don't know if you remember, but the gift for sharing was this fabulous Tags in Bloom stamp set. And Patricia Allison won this stamp set, and I'm so happy to give it to her. Patricia has been one of my big supporters for a long time, and I really appreciate her. So Patricia, I'll be sending you this stamp set. And for next week, I'm gonna kind of be alternating from something really great to something practical. So for next week, we're gonna do Stampin' Dimensionals again. So if you'd like a pack of Stampin' Dimensionals, a full pack, 3 sheets of Stampin' Dimensionals, share this video. I love if you share my Facebook Lives. It really helps me out. So if you share, I will, for everybody who shares, I put you in the random number generator, and the system just tells me, it just generates a winner out of the number of people. Last week we had 6 people share, 5 people and 1 girl shared twice. So if you share twice, you get your name in there twice. And it was Patricia that won. So share this week, and I'll send you next week, if you're the winner, a package of Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's see what's going on. Don't you love that paper, Brian? I do too. I really do. So I'm going to put Ellie down to take her nap, and we're going to make a card, and I advertise that it's a sneak peek card. And so let me get the other camera going here. And it's a new sneak peek from the August to December 2020 mini catalog that goes live in a week and a half on August 4th. And I'm so excited. I can't show you the inside right now, but I want to. So the next best thing is to show you some samples and do a project from the inside. So I hope you've got your wish list going, because there is some fabulous stuff in this mini catalog. So the stamp set actually bundle that we're going to focus on today is the Autumn Greetings bundle. And I just love it. I've shared a couple of Christmas bundles, holiday bundles, and I thought I'd share you an autumn bundle today. Hey Robin, thanks for popping in. So this is the Autumn Greetings stamp set. Let me get it over so you can see it a little closer. There are quite a few wonderful autumn stamp sets. The thing I loved about this one is it has a very modern font. And I'll show you some more. There's Hello There Friend. And I think that's the one we're going to use today. So I think it's modern. It's not as traditional. It gives a nice little modern touch. And what I love about the dies is that it has these great stalks of wheat here. And it has a die for the big centerpiece, the big floral. It has super cute pumpkin dies, which we're going to use today. And look at these neat edging dies. Hey Marcia, hi from Michigan. These edging dies, I think it's a fabulous die set. So between the dies and the stamp set, I think it's one of my favorites. So let's look at some samples. So I made this card, and this card uses I don't know, it's a little, I did it faint, it's tone on tone, and that is the large centerpiece stamp that you see here. And easily it could be the focus and it could be colored in and everything, but I just used it as a tone on tone background here. And then I've used one of the sentiments. You see how neat that font is? And this one says, "Give thanks with a grateful heart." And then down here I've used some of that edging. Isn't that kind of cute? That's in Bumblebee. And this ribbon, I think I put a note on the back so I could remember it. It's from the Basket Weave Combo Pack, and isn't it just a gorgeous kind of copper look? I really like this. Hey Donna Kapinski, good to see you. So this is a sample of of this stamp set, this die set, and kind of a new ribbon. Isn't that a cutie? And this is the one I love that I created. And this is the sentiment, "Hello There Friend." And another sneak peek that I wanted to show you today is the fabulous let's see, what is it? It's the plaid. The fabulous plaid paper that is in the new catalog, the new mini catalog. I love these plaids, and I couldn't wait to use the black and white plaid. So I combined it here on this card with Bumblebee, the color Bumblebee. So it looks a little bit fallish, right, with the Bumblebee. And I've cut out the wheat stalks that I wanted, that I was telling you I love so much. And then we have the font and the sentiment, hello there friend. And then another sneak peek is the new envelope dies. Let me see, I want to get it so you can really see them. So what they do is they do a lot of stuff, but one of the things they do is you can cut your envelope flap. And isn't that neat, scalloped envelope flap? And then it's a little harder to see, but the black and white check is, or plaid, is also cut with another one of the dies, and it's scalloped on the edge also. Isn't that beautiful? And doesn't it look gorgeous with this card? I love that. Well, I didn't want to use up too much of my black and white plaid, so the sample card we're going to make today is that same setup, that same design, but we're going to use a different plaid, and the plaid we're going to use today is this one, and it's close. It's very close to the black and white. I felt like, well, it's the closest without going over, if you know what I mean, because you get, I think, 4 of the 6x6 sheets of each pattern, and I love that black so much. I didn't want to use it all up. So let's make the same card, but using this gray and black pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is adhere a 4-inch by 5 1/4 piece of bumblebee cardstock onto our card front, our card base, like this. Is it up in the camera so you can see? Okay. And I hope these, when you see these designs, I hope you remember them and you can use them for all of you, just put this in your kind of pocket and to retain for a way that you can design a card. And so it's a cardstock backing, a plain cardstock backing, and then a designer series paper inside, and this one is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And so each one frames the other, and I think it has a pretty nice look. Oh, I know, oops. I remember, sorry, I forgot I was gonna do something different with this one. Boo-boo. This is what I was gonna do. I cut that neat pattern piece I showed you, an edge piece, and I'm gonna put it down like this. I'm gonna put it on the plaid piece. So I forgot I was gonna do that, yikes. So you just cut this, run this edging piece through your Big Shot or your die machine. And remember, we're getting a new Stampin' Cut and emboss machine. And as demonstrators, we get to get it on August 4th, and I think it comes out for you guys in September. And you can be sure I'll be showing that on my Facebook Lives the minute I get it. Okay, so there we've put the edge piece on, and now I'm just gonna trim it. I thought we'd just try this. Now we can adhere this to the card front. Okay, and let's put a little more of our glue down. Get a little bit down there. Hi, Sherry. Glad you made it. Another Michigan girl. Okay, so now we're going to adhere this. Let me see if I can get it just right, because the glue is trying to grab there. And I want it to show this neat little bottom. It looks a little bit like pinking shears, doesn't it? Let's get it up a little bit closer. Doesn't that kind of look like pinking shears with little dots? I think that's really cute. That was what I wanted to, a little fun thing I wanted to show you. Okay, now we're ready to put our wheat on there. And I went ahead and die cut from Bumblebee cardstock. That's one of our new in colors. And I went ahead and die cut these 3 pieces of stalks of wheat. I think that's what they are. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me, but I'm pretty sure this is what they are. And the way I did this before is I just put a little bit of glue. Let me see, are you able to see that? It might be a little bit bright. Let me just turn that a tiny bit. I put a few dots of glue, a little row of glue, whoa, right on there, on that one. And then I'm going to adhere the other large one that faces the opposite direction. Let's move that out of the way so you can see. So they sit one on top of another like this. And you kind of have to be careful and put them in like that. And they adhere. And I'll just pull a little of that glue up off of there. So there are the two larger stalks of wheat. And that's leaving a pretty big shadow, isn't it? Let me see if that helps. Okay, I think that might be a little better. And then we're going to put this third stalk right in the center so that it sticks up in the center. So it looks in a way like a bouquet. I'm kind of an even type girl. I like it to be even, you know what I mean? As far as two shorter ones to even out and one longer one in the middle. I don't know if you're like that, but I am. Okay, whoops, a little bit of glue on there. And then we're going to put this, I'm going to working from the back here, and I'm going to put this one single stalk of wheat in the center. And just center it up like that. And this one can go over. Can you see that? It's kind of a little delicate job, if you don't mind getting your fingers a little bit sticky. And then we're going to adhere it on our card. And I'm just going to do it like this. I might cut off a bit of the base because it went a little long. So let's trim just a hair off the base. Okay. And now we're just barely going to glue it to our card. And we're going to be covering this up with a sentiment, this glue part. So even if a little glue sticks out, it will be covered up. And we want to make sure all the parts are inside the card, you know, they're not sticking out. And there we go. There's our little stalk of wheat. Now we're going to stamp our sentiment. And the sentiment we're going to use today is the one I used on our sample card. And it's "Hello there, friend." So I have two strips of Whisper White cardstock. One is 3/4 inch wide and one is 1/2 inch wide. And the other one I used was 3/4, and I'm not really sure, I hadn't totally decided which one I was going to use here. So I've got my Memento ink. I'm going to put my glasses on, get up really close. And the one thing I did notice about this stamp set is that it's a very fine, it's very, like what I would really call a delicate stamp set. The lines are fine. Can you see that? Hello there, friend. I got it a little crooked. I think I might turn it over. We'll try it again. Because the lines are so fine and delicate. But I just think it's such a pretty font. Okay, let's see if we can get it right again. Okay, well, I think it's supposed to be a little bit crooked. Now let's try it on the 1/2 inch wide. I'm not sure if it's going to totally fit, but I thought it might just be fun to try. Okay. Ah, so it does kind of just turn down. Let's give a try. Well, let's see. What should I use? I guess I'll go with the wider, the 3/4. I think it might look a little better. Alrighty. Whoops. Goodness. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use this, you know, I don't even know what the name of this tag punch is. Some of the rest of you may know. Why don't you give me put it up there. I keep forgetting every time I use it, and I use it almost every week because I like it so much. It's a multi-tag. Let me look it up. Let's look it up together. This is what, it's a good practice for looking up something. And we can look in the back of our annual catalog, and we can look in the punches. Let's look it up together. Here we go. Lovely, no wonder I couldn't remember it. Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. That's it. It's on page 169. I am using this so much. Now I've left a little bit of space. I've cut off and left a little space on each side of the sentiment. And I think I'll go for this So there are the two, more of a little frilly one and more of a straight one. Let's go with the straight one. And the 3/4 is one of the sizes. It fits a 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch strip, and a 1 inch strip. You slide it in and look back on the back. Whoops, because I turned it over. I want to make sure I'm using the right one. There's a little writing back there. Okay, and we're going to punch that one. You can see to get it all lined up there. Okay, and now we're going to put this one in. And we just slide it in and punch. And there it is. Isn't that cute? I just think it gives such a nice little end to the to our sentiment strips. Now, here's what we're going to do is we are going to put this right over, remember I told you we were going to put it right over the glued portion there of the stalks of wheat. So we're going to use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm not going to put one over the stems, but rather I'm going to put one on each end, the left and the right end of my strip. And remember, I had turned it over and used it again, so that's why there's part of a sentiment on the back. Okay, so we're just going to cover the strip, cover the ends of the wheat stalks, and it's easy to line stuff up with this plaid paper because the lines are right there, right? Yes. And now for this one, I didn't use pumpkins before, but I thought we might try putting in some pumpkins. So I cut out these pumpkins, and look how, this is one thing I really loved about these dies. I really like that. I mean, they have solid ones too, but I really like the lightness of this, and I think it does go very well with this set. So we could use one or both. For example, we could put a little black pumpkin down there, and you know, you can just play around with it. I haven't even had a chance to play with it. Or we might just put it right there. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? Okay, well in this case, then what I'm going to do is just put glue on the bottom of the bottom edge because we just want it to sit down in there. We don't want to glue the rest. So I'm just going to tuck it down in there. Oh boy, I kind of like it. Yay! I'm happy about that. All right, now for a finish, we're going to use these gold. You know, I should just sit and write these things down. I just don't. These are gold, beautiful gold faceted gems is what I'm going to call them. And that might actually be their name. And we're just going to put a few. Remember, you always want to put an odd number. So the other card I put 5, so I think I'm going to put 5 again. So I've got 4, I need one more. And let's maybe put that right up here so it shows nicely. What do you think? Isn't that just a darling card? Really like this set, this bundle. I really like this bundle. Now, I don't have an envelope handy today, but truthfully, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the envelope for this card with this same pattern plaid paper because I think it's so pretty. Do you all agree? And I'll show you the other one that was lined. Isn't that, I think with this plaid it'll look really nice. And let me show you those dies. Those are coming out in the new mini catalog on August 4th. And I'll show you what those look like too. I think I've got them right over here. No, maybe I don't. I just played with all of these a little while ago. Let me see, but I wanted to show them to you because they're so neat. Let me go through my stack. Huh. Here's my whole stack. These are some new ones here. These are the Joy dies. You're really getting a sneak peek today. And these are the detailed dove. I haven't even gotten to use that yet. Oh, here we go. They just didn't look right from the bottom. These are the envelope dies. And they have, these are ornaments, round ornaments, but these are the dies for the envelopes. And you see how they're scalloped and they fit are standard envelopes. They fit a liner. There's one for a little tiny 3x3 envelope. I think these are an absolute must. And they come with, I think it's in a bundle with a celebration stamp set. So definitely, definitely put these on your want list, your wish list, because I really love to decorate my envelopes. So there's our Hello There Friend card from the Autumn Greetings stamp set and bundle with the dies. And one thing I wanted to remind you of, are you aware that we've been having at Stampin' Up bonus days? Bonus days where if you place a $50, take these off. I'm gonna pop back on just my face here. Let me get it going. So bonus days are only in July, and I don't want you to miss them. With every $50 order, you get a $5 coupon that you can use in August. And the neat thing about that is that beginning August 4th is this wonderful mini catalog. So you can get something now from the really fairly new annual catalog and have a $5 coupon to help defray the costs of a new item in the new mini catalog. I think that's a neat idea. And please do share. I really appreciate it when you share my video because hi Linda Brady, good to see you. It helps promote my page, and I'm always looking to have more people watching. And I haven't seen Patricia come on, but she's the one who won our Tags in Bloom stamp set last week. And what I'm going to do is kind of alternate a really great prize, like a stamp set, with a necessary prize. And so next week we're going to go back to Stampin' Dimensionals, but you'll get a full pack, 3 sheets of Stampin' Dimensionals. They're easy for me to mail, so I really appreciate switching off like that. So please share. I would love to have you share the Facebook Live video. And thank you so much for popping by today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I also do a live on Tuesdays, so if you're not busy on Tuesdays, I do a completely different thing. You might want to pop by for that. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great weekend.